we have to have something for our kids to do. Because if children don't have anything to do, they're going to break into vacant property and they're going to do dope in it. They're going to have sex in it. They're going to hang out in it. That's going to be their clubhouse. That's when they're going to do their gang initiations. That's where they're going to do all manners of things.
At
So,
one of our events, we met with Matthew. He's a retired police officer. Nowadays, he spends a lot of his time in the community, takes long walks around his neighborhood with his dog Max. Has noticed an uptick in what he knows all too well to be signs of trouble, especially amongst young men and women in his neighborhood. He's still undecided on whom to vote for and is interested in how you would address this issue if you were elected. He went on to kind of elaborate in terms of the kind of things that he knows all too well. Like maybe he'll see a bit more graffiti than there used to be. Maybe the way they're interacting with each other, with his experience in the police force, he sees it differently than most people would. Like he,
well, Matthew, what I want to do is thank you for your service. And as recent graduates, Radie and I, we graduated from the Pastors Academy with Columbus Police Department. So we went through a rigorous 5 week session, I think it's 5 weeks of working every Monday with law enforcement to see the programs and see what the actual police force have when it comes to administering law and justice and also community relations with the community. And we thank Chief Mathis for his invitation and also Sergeant Florence. Sergeant Florence, she's with community relations and she does an excellent job. But Matthew, let me share something with you. As your state representative, look, I go to city council meetings and also question and answer meetings with the mayor. All right. And I seen something that actually kind of rubbed me wrong. And I've been working behind the scene with city council members and addressing these issues. There's two things. One, the summer is coming up, and I know children are going to be out of school, and idle hands is the devil workshop. That's probably one of the reasons why you see a lot of graffiti. Also, you're going to be possibly seeing more gang initiations because the pools are closed this summer. Matter of fact, the pools aren't going to be reopened and repaired until the children go back to school, and that's a problem. So there's not going to be much of any swimming that's going to be happening during that time, during the summertime. And it's hot in Columbus, Georgia, and you know that it's hot in Georgia. All right. Another thing is parks and recreation facilities. They have been totally underfunded, and there's little to no programs that's going in them. So right now, the kids really don't have any options but becoming couch potatoes. And like I said, devil workshop. Idle hands is the devil workshop. So you're going to see more children out there in the streets. And if their parents are working, especially if they're in single parent households, which just in District 139, that makes up 42%, their parents are going to be at work and they're going to be home. And, they may not have a lot of good decisions in front of them. They may have more bad decisions in front of them than good decisions. And we know gangs are running rampant. We know the sheriff and Columbus Police Department is doing all they can to combat this gang violence, but we have to have something for our kids to do. Um, these rec centers, that's I mean they're dilapidated. All right, so funding to keep these rec centers up has not been applied to them. So, and that's a problem. So we are engaging Mayor Henderson. We are engaging the city manager Isaiah Hughley and these problems. All right, and we're trying to address them the best way we can. Here's the situation. Uh, a lady from St. Luke, she said they had a hiring problem when it was time to hire counselors, and I really don't see that. I just think the program is broken across the board, and we need your support to actually help us with that. But we need the community support to help us with that. We know that they're building a $40 million baseball facility for a minor league team for the Atlanta Braves of Columbus, Georgia. And honestly, I just don't see how that's going to help youth unless they're going to provide summer jobs to maintain the facility. Right now I'm at an impasse. I know that the community know that's an issue, but we really need to step up and push city council to do more for our children because they're not going to stop building jails. And believe it or not, they have a very good gang task force that's going to take these kids out. And I hate to see good kids get wrapped up in bad behavior, especially if they're doing it just based off of peer pressure because they're in these communities and don't have nothing to do.